Millie is an S-rank arcane sinner who functions both as a DPS and a main damage amper for her team. With great core breaking abilities, good damage output, and strong amp numbers, she is the current best in slot magic damage support, cleanly overtaking Raven's spot. TLDR, she's a great option to pull, but if you already have a complete magic team, then you can skip her safely. Let's talk about her kit. Millie's main gimmick is the Honey Mark. It prioritizes targeting the enemy with the highest max HP. When she ults, she marks one enemy in that 3x3 area with the Honey Mark, and it remains on them until Millie either ults to transfer it elsewhere, or the enemy or Millie herself dies. Honey will constantly deal skill damage to its target, and furthermore, when casting her ult again, Honey Mark will trigger Melt, dealing even more damage to its carrier. When Honey's target dies, it will automatically jump to another available target, similar to Hestia's Fire Rings. This means, in maps with many weak mobs, Millie can constantly get Honey Mark jumping around and damaging enemies over time for free, so she's really good in story or EX stages, similar to Lamia. Furthermore, as Honey tries to target the highest max HP enemy first, you can ult wherever kind of vaguely nearby the boss in BFL and it will target the boss correctly for you. Millie's P1 buffs allies' magic damage dealt. For each time the Honey target is attacked with skill damage, it builds a stack of her P1, up to 10 stacks, 2% per stacks, so in total, Millie can buff her allies for 20% magic damage dealt at S0. Stacks are first given to the allied sinner with the highest attack, so it will usually go to your main DPSs first, which is very useful. This golden ring on your sinner indicates that the buff is fully stacked on this sinner. There is a brief cooldown between getting each stack, but it's not really a big deal. Honey itself deals skill damage, so you're basically guaranteed to fully stack it on each sinner every 5 seconds. This is very fast even for Dark Zone. Millie's P2 is the inverse of her P1, sort of. Her P2 makes enemies take more magic damage. For each time the Honey target is attacked with normal attack damage, it builds a stack of her P2 up to 30 stacks, 0.8% per stack, so this caps at 24% magic damage taken on the enemy who has Honey. These stacks are permanent and will follow the Honey mark even if it jumps to a new target, which is really awesome. The cooldown on it is similar to P1, so you can expect to fully stack this in around 15 seconds at S0. Ying and Volta Blue's basic attacks count as skill damage, but in a typical Arcane Crit team, Millie, Yelena, LL's basic attacks all count as normal attack damage, so it's not an issue at all to get this stacked up. Now, Millie's ECB makes her truly very complete as a support. It does a bit of magic damage to every enemy on the field and 1 core damage. Yes, every enemy on the field. And to the person carrying Honey, it deals 1 extra core damage for a total of 2 core damage, and also triggers 1 instance of Melt, which again just deals more damage. This can be used up to 3 times per battle at ECB 3 and makes her able to run as a best in-slot magic support in Peak Test Path or TOA, and also allows her to use Heartache very efficiently. That's a lot of words about her kit, but honestly the idea is just this. You press Millie's ult on the enemy you want to kill, and then eventually things will die. Her damage numbers are very respectable, the buff amount is great, and when you need to core break enemies, you just press her ECB. That's it. She's pretty, she does good damage, she's easy to play, and she's very versatile. For her shackles, Millie works great at S0 and is complete. S1 makes her P1 and P2 stack way faster, pretty much twice as fast, but it's not important for most players as they already stack pretty quick and target their effects quite appropriately by themselves. S3 is similar to Moore's S3. It increases both of Millie buffs by 50%, so it becomes 30% magic damage dealt and 36% magic damage taken. But because these two are actually different buff zones, they are multiplicative. So it actually goes from a 48.8% buff to a total of 76.8. Super respectable and may be worth getting for people who really love playing magic teams. S2, S5 standard attack shackles, S4 standard starting energy shackle. So in my opinion, you either go just for S0 or you go straight for S3 for that big buff on her amp. Now comes the pull recs. Millie is skippable. This might seem weird after I've just spent the whole video praising her, but I want you guys to learn this concept. Tier list rating is not the same as a pull recommendation. If you already have a full magic damage team, such as Water Blue, Yin Yin, Yuiku, Yelena, Shin, you don't really need to get Millie, even though she is strong. Generally, I think pull recs are for people who aren't hardcore whaling, so you want to plan your pulls effectively, right? So I would prefer to encourage you guys to pull for limited Sinners or exceptionally special supports like Yelena or LL, and not just any Sinner who is pretty good, but not irreplaceable. S0 Millie is worth pulling for her strength, definitely, but don't feel like you have to pull her if you are low on pulls, or you want a lot of Sinners or Shackles from the 3.0 anniversary coming soon. That being said, you should definitely log in for this patch. We are getting a free S-Rank selector, and also items that instantly level 1 S-Rank Sinner to P3 level 70, and 1 for an A-Rank as well. Summer and Ovo are on this S-Rank selector. If you don't have them, I strongly recommend you pick them from the selector. It's free. You don't have to buy or top up anything, it's just completely free. I've had S0 Ovo since like forever. She just carried me through so many weird gimmicky runs. I think she's really underrated. Summer is as well just very strong with her Reforge. You've seen how she's done in TOA. So don't have her, it's great to get her from here. Not only that, we also get a free discount coupon. You can use it when you're buying a new attire from the shop. So if you've been eyeing a certain attire, you know, one of the summer skin reruns, it's a really good opportunity. Not only that, we're getting a really interesting A-Rank, Cassian, that I'm going to make a separate video for. But yeah, all in all, Millie's patch comes with a great new S-Rank and A-Rank and tons of free rewards. So look forward to it, and let's enjoy the honeyed night. See you in the next video. Bye bye!